Hello, everybody. It's me, Birdie Enforcement, and here I am here to give you another devlog on a game I've been working on for over a year now. A year and 3 months. So last time I showed off the project, it was very blocky, and I wasn't using Unity's physics engine. But this time, I've implemented all those things and a whole bunch of new stuff. These are some new enemies. There's a new command line system, and you can float around. At the bottom left, you have your health, your ground pound, your jump meter. In the middle, you have your inventory, and you can also open it and drag the boxes around. And finally, we have a library of items you can use in my game. So I'm going to give myself every single item in the game using /give item star. I could use like /give item shotgun if I just want a shotgun. But we're going to give ourselves give item star. And then we can do more than that though, because you can see I only got one of every item. So there are multiple commands in this game I have built. We have /give, /switch, /help, /jump, /new, /list, /clear, /max, /order. So I'm going to clear everything. And first off, we're going to list all the items in the game. So that creates a list at the top, and it shows you everything you can use. So I'm going to give myself now all those items for real this time. We're going to max them out in order by type. And boom, we have every item in the game, maxed out our items for said game, and now we are going to reload and demonstrate what is currently in the game. First off, we have this rocket launcher. This is one of the 3 projectile types. It's just an explosive. It makes contact and goes boom. We have a pistol here, for example. This is the other. It's just a regular projectile. These can pierce through enemies. And they can hurt. They have knockback. They can push. There's like snipers, revolvers, pistols, etc. Flamethrowers. So these little circles will be replaced with flame particles. But just as demonstration and lack of assets, we'll be using circles. We have this Gatling gun. Left-clicking deals damage. Right-clicking lifts the enemy in the air. You can also change a character. So you can, we're going to list out our characters. In the game, there's a vampire, bird, elf, bovine, and machine. So we're going to give character. We can shorten that, by the way. All commands can be shortened to the first or 2-letter things. So /g, /give, item, give character, C for character, and then vampire. Currently, we're a bird. We get 1 jump. 2 jumps, one's really high. Vampires get multiple jumps, low, but have more health and decent area control. Also lighter, so you can go flying upwards more. All the items in your game increase the weight of said character. So this Gatling gun, if you drop it, the items will drop out. But you can see my character is getting lighter and lighter with everything I've dropped out. Now, if a item in the game has a texture, has a model, 3D model, it'll drop it. Otherwise, it'll just put it in these little boxes. You can pick things up by either looking at it or being near it. So if I look, picked it up, and then if I go really near it, but I'm not looking at it at all, I pick it up still. And finally, for a third type of item, we have a melee weapon. It's a baseball bat. You can see it summons a little circle. These will be invisible, but they're visible right now for debug purposes. You can see when you hit the enemy, they go flying. It summons just a hitbox. The hitbox can move, but it's very set. predefined how it works. There's also item, like this grenade. You drop it, it drops the projectile, it rolls around, and if it's limited, you throw it and you run out. If it's not limited, you can just throw it again and again and again until you run out. So that's the new weapons, items, gameplay we've had so far. The second big thing, though, is you can create your own weapons and materials and characters via this library object here. It contains a list of weapon templates, ammo templates, entities, and characters. So let's say you want to create a new weapon. What you're going to do is you're going to go here. Just going to create a new empty object. What should we build this time? We can build a, I don't know, let's build a new melee weapon. We'll call it the swing, the shovel. Now we're going to add a component, weapon manager, and you can give it a texture. I'll just give it the axe. And actually, let's make this an axe, since I don't have an axe. Description. Swing, slow, swing, big damage, large, knockback. No, knockback is dependent on, with melee weapons, knockback is purely dependent on your actual character. Standard. You can give it a price, 100. This is 100 cents, which is $1. So we'll make it expensive, like $20,000, no, $10,000. It weighs. Well, it'll increase your weight by 60. So 100 weight is 1 kilogram. So 0.6 kilograms. Damage. One hit from this will deal 6 damage. Aim is accuracy. So if you're shooting like a shotgun or a pistol, and it'll go round. It can move, so it shoots a ray, and it can move left, right, up, down, basically in a radius, based on this aim stat per pixel. Size of object, I don't know, 4. You can only hold one of these. Does not use ammo. If you have ammo for a weapon, you would just type it in. So if you have a shotgun, you would just let it use shells. And then if any object contains the word, any ammunition contains the word shell as its name, it'll use it. But we don't need that because it's a melee weapon. This is for spread for like shotguns. You could have like a 5x5 grid, so 25 projectiles with a distance of 2 between them. But we're not using spread. This is a melee weapon. There's melee, bullet, explosives. Right now, world is like fall damage. Fire damage is given through fire damage effects. Magic doesn't do anything. It's just etc. And then here you can give things effects. So we'll make it so if you hit someone, they get flytation, knockback. We'll make it so they get regeneration, so it heals them. Actually, just for fun. Great. So now I've created this new weapon. Let me see how the bat was made. I forget. Right. You have this sphere. Moving object. I want to cut that previous part out. We're not going to create a new. We're going to create a new shotgun is what we're going to do. So, let's make this shotgun be a really long, really bad shotgun. Weapon. So now we're going to choose texture. So let's choose a shotgun. Texture. Name. Really bad shotgun. Description. Really bad shotgun. It costs a lot. This is so 100. Price is $1. So it's so bad. It's actually going to be $2. Wait. That's 1 kilogram. 100 is 1 kilogram. Oh yeah, we'll make you a whole kilogram heavier. Standard. Its size when you drop it. How big is it? Damage. How much damage does each pellet do? Not that much. We'll give it a we'll keep going down. Aim is how inaccurate it is. So each one aim is like 1 pixel in a radius around your crosshair. It can go. So we're gonna do 10,000. Actually, that might be too bad. Let's do 6,000. Attack delay. How long do you have to wait between shots? 0.2 seconds. Size of object. 1. You can hold 1. Holds ammo. Amount of ammo. How much ammo does this shotgun hold at once? Five shots. Reload 1 at a time, or we can reload all at once. I think we'll just reload 1 at a time with a 1 second reload speed. So it's very slow, but it shoots out all its shots all at once. Allowed ammo. It can use anything that is named a shell. So if you have shotgun shells, lingering shells, blast shells, as long as they have the word shell, it'll go right to the gun. Piercing, because it pierce, go through multiple enemies. Spread. So this uses a spread because it's a shotgun. We'll give it a 9 by 9. And each one all the distance is 0.2 between each. This uses a bullet. So that basically means it won't explode on impact. Projectile. Oh, we know we don't need that. And then if you want to add effects to the game, you can give it like flightation, fire, damage, 1, that type of stuff. That's what we would put here. We're not going to give it any because it's a shotgun. 9 by 9. That's going to be a lot of projectiles. We could do 12 by 12 to be even more dramatic. 1 by 6. Great. So that's all this. Now we're going to make it a prefab. We're going to drag it down to shotguns. We're going to open our library. And we're just going to drag it in. And boom. You've just created a whole new weapon for this game. I'm going to go. Load it in. Give item really bad shot. What's it called? Well, thankfully I can just open it. Really? Anytime there's a space, you just put underscore. Shotgun. Lingering shells. /M. Great. Now we're going to reload this bad boy. And we're going to see what happens when I use the really bad shotgun. Wow. That is horrid. But if I, want to go right up to the enemy. What if we decrease its aim? So I think that's a bit much. As you can see, it's going to my side. So we're going to decrease it from 6,000 to 1,000. There. That's a large blast. These shells linger, as you can see on the board. I can make them not linger using normal shells. Yeah. You can see how it pushes the enemies. And then it kills them. Boom. Just like that. And it increases damage. So, you know, you can actually kill with it. Up, boom. You can also give yourself like effects. Give effect, or give of G-E. And then we're gonna give ourselves flytation. That's gonna lift us up. Ooh, I ran out of shells. You can also shift click to bring items back and forth automatically. The weight of the item will also affect knockback. And it's exponential. So if your character is even slightly under another character's weight, you'll just go flying, which is pretty fun. Yeah, that's a new weapon we made. Now, how does this look in code? What if we want to create our new, what about attributes? They're not, I mean, effects, they're not listed here. And these other ones are more complicated. As you can see, there's a lot more to write down. I'll feel like writing down. I'll make a video later to demonstrate how you can make your own character using this. And it's not complicated, it's just long. Because you have to, there's a whole bunch of stats that are very important. So now we're going to open the code. And here we have a library object that contains everything in the game that you can, like, get. So before that, I need to show how this game handles items, because it is quite important. We have this item class, which holds some very basic info. You're just meant to instantiate it. It has some good methods as well. You can put projectiles in here, and effects, and that's all really the item class has. You can instantiate it, so we have weapons, consumables, armor, and here's where you put all the information. Stats, items, enumerators, lists, vectors, for said item, so like the shotguns. And then we have inventory items. So these things I like to imagine as header files in a way. They, instead of having to use duck coding, what you can do instead is you can save what type the item is, item type. So if we go here, you can see it's an item, weapon, melee, consumable, armor, ammo, or nothing. Empty. There is constructors for each type of item and what they do, along with some good methods, some useful methods, like setting passive data, copy constructors, disposal methods, textures. And then next we have the inventory system, which basically just holds a list of inventory items and some base info like how many items you can have and that type of stuff, what hotbar slot you're on. But what makes inventory items useful is the system useful is all of its methods. So, for example, when you're in the inventory in my game, right, you can access these empty slots, but that's because they're not actually null. As you can see, I can drop empty items, even though there's no item. Baseball. That, as you can see. And then you try to pick these up, they won't really do anything. If I pick the bat up, you get the bat. And that's because that's because all the items are not actually null. They're an inventory item. That's just an empty item. Holds no info. You can add and delete items. Clean them up. Order the items, swap items, so we can like click and such. This is how it does it. and it has to re-index them. You can get your hotbar, set it up, scroll, get miscellaneous data, get some getter methods. You can throw, that's how you throw them. There's animation. I don't have that visible right now, but there's an animation system. And with all that, we go here, and you can see how the items are being held as everything in the game, like ammo, weapons, armor, they're all being held as, in this library, as inventory items. So like a block could go in here. Anything really goes in here that isn't a living, breathing entity or character. And finally, attributes. These things, so these are preset in the player class, which every living thing has. You can give it speed boost, poison, crying, leaping, flightation, jumping, regeneration, speed boost. And then these are some like core ones, right? Speed boost. Well, if you want to make them more complicated ones, like as I have here, fire damage, instead you will put multiple. So you'll make a core, speed boost, fire, speed, and then you put the stats. It gives you 20% speed for 10 seconds. And then you create fire damage, which is poison. You put the name of the speed boost fire at the end of it. And you can add other effects on here as well. See if you want to create a new one. So let's create a new regeneration. Why not? Library.add attribute. And let's call this slow, really slow. No, regeneration slow. Attributes regeneration. It gives 0.2 health. Let's make this like a long effect, so it lasts 100 seconds, but it only gives 0.2 health every second. So that's tick, that's time, and that's strength. Every stat in the game, you only get these 3 values. And I want it to be that way, to simplify it. If you want to make more complicated ones, as I showed down here, you just combine the names. So you can just throw them together. And yeah, that's how you make items in this game and attributes. It's really neat. It makes it easier for players who don't, people who use Unity don't know the code. They will need to with this. Yeah, that's all for now. That's all for this devlog. I've created terrain generation as well. It's not complete, and I used a tutorial online. And once I'm finished making this my own, I'll go further into how this all works. And yeah, I'll see you all later.